Yo guys, what's good? So in today's video we'll be talking about The Witcher 3, how it impacted the gaming industry, ultimately was changed 10 years later after The Witcher 3 released. That's a full decade, that's no joke. To put things into perspective, that's 2 full console life cycles, or 10 Call of Duties. So yeah, in 10 years a lot can happen in the gaming industry. And ultimately, how does a game from that generation compare to this generation of games? So there's no doubt that graphics, graphic fidelity, game engines, computer hardware, all this stuff went to the next level and they complement each other. So a better computer means it can run more demanding games and developers can make even more demanding games. With better graphics, more stuff happen on the screen, more particle effects, more NPCs, all this good stuff that we all love. In theory, that is. So this year or so, I've decided to give Witcher 3 another shot. I've already completed the game on launch, but yeah, it's been a while and I decided to jump back in. Been playing the story at my own pace, doing side content, all the good stuff, not rushing at all. And I have to say, what's going on in this industry? We need to really break down what makes The Witcher The Witcher? Why does it make it special? What the game does so right that makes other games look sometimes even bad? It's important to understand first of all what makes this game special and how it completely destroys a lot of games in this regard. Witcher 3 is not just a game, it's a whole universe with its own story that feels like a living actual story. There's a reason why so many people try to watch the Netflix series on this game. They love the story now. Let's not talk about how the show got produced and stuff, because that's a whole other topic that we won't jump into. But needless to say, a lot of people were excited to hear the story in a different way, not just from the games. So yeah, it has its own universe and you can really feel it when you're playing it. When you're playing the game, it's not just the decisions you make, it's not about all of that. The world really feels alive, and that's something that Witcher does so well that a lot of games just feel soulless in a way. They feel like it's just a game. You're not really thinking about it after you finish all the main story and stuff like that. The Witcher, it's not like that. It manages to capture you in a way, in a sense. Another thing is Witcher 3 at launch had a lot of bugs, and part of that reason was because of the engine they use. They don't use Unreal Engine. Um, as of after the Cyberpunk 1, they will stop using their own engine and will start to use Unreal Engine, but as of The Witcher 3, they did use their own engine, which when devs use their own engine, it has its set of problems that you have to develop the engine, and usually the engine is not perfect. But what having your own engine does is gives it a lot of personality. When you see 100 games all made with Unreal, yes, they are all different, but they have something that you just can't point out that makes them feel a little bit similar. When you have a completely different game engine, this completely tears this illusion apart. And a good example of this is New World. New World truly feels like a different game. There's really no other game like it. Just how it moves, how it feels, everything from head to toe. It's because it has its own engine, just like The Witcher has. And this really comes apparent when comparing the game overall feel. Now, I'm not talking about the combat itself, but more the world and the environment. Somehow, it aged beautifully. The Witcher 3 graphics are, in my opinion, on par with today's day and age graphics, and sometimes even better. Now, I'm not talking about graphic fidelity, because that's a whole other topic. But yeah, even it received also a mini rework to the graphics for the PC version. I think even the consoles got it. So got a slightly enhanced graphical experience. But overall, it manages to keep the world looking amazing even 10 years later. And if you see some other games 10 years later, understandably, they don't look as good as they did back then. One major part why I think The Witcher 3 is such an amazing game is it has its very in-depth story, and you can make your own decisions which impact a lot of different stuff, including the ending, which emperor gets to rule the whole city, and all this good stuff. But although it's a single player game, it's not just that, it has a lot of side content, which for those players who actually complete all the side content, you know that you can completely get immersed in that stuff. Something as simple as exploring the map and finding out the new points on the map is such a good feeling. The monster hunts, when you find a new type of monster or even one that you already fought, you look at your beast book and you check what you need to use in order to kill these types of beasts. Be it your oils for your swords, which type of potions you need to use, the bombs you need to use, and one of these are highlighted by the Witcher trailers. They made a specific cinematic trailer for this type of stuff, where you see Geralt fighting a monster that went invisible, and you need to use your moon dust potion to show its steps. And that really, really, when you do it in game, you feel like you're in the cinematic. It's such a cool feeling. So yeah, just exploring all the different some side quests. I'm telling you, they feel like mini storylines that are baked into the main story. They have nothing to do with the main story, although they feel alive truly with the world. And sometimes, yeah, you have choices. Some NPCs don't make it because of your decisions, even in side content. When it comes to monsters in The Witcher, there are more than enough diversity. There's a lot of stuff to actually discover. Even when you're 100 hours into the game, you're still discovering new monsters, which makes sense because you are a witcher and witchers just kill monsters. That's their whole job. But yeah, sometimes you even find like a huge dragon or a bear or something like that that resembles a boss type of enemy that you can see just strolling around. When you kill it, you get some special loot, and there's special gear you can get. It's just all around, everything somehow ties in together beautifully, which makes the game all feel like one coherent experience where you just take a break from the main story. You don't feel like you paused your progression. You're still doing stuff in the game, and nothing feels grindy. I think all around is just an amazing game, and this shows just by this on my screen. So just on Steam, this is my second playthrough, mind you. I'm still on the main storyline. I have not finished the main story yet. I haven't even touched the DLCs, which both DLCs are basically as long as a fully fledged game. I have already 200 hours just by completing, I'd say, about 70% of the main story, and just exploring the map, or doing side content, monster hunts, all this good stuff. Saying that many hours on a second playthrough. So will we see another game like Witcher 3? Another game like it specifically? No, because it's very much its own thing. However, what Witcher 3 did was something that very few games do. It managed to capture an audience on its entire world. Some of the games that did this were Elden Ring. Elden Ring did this phenomenally. Elden Ring got hype more because of how good the game is rather than its whole story itself. But needless to say, Elden Ring captured a large part of the gaming audience. But more on the lines of Witcher 3, I'd say Skyrim did pretty much the same thing. Skyrim really has its own thing going. Players absolutely love that game. Then of course Cyberpunk, while it had a rocky start, it's more or less a great game right now. It has a lot of personality. I mean, you'd expect nothing less from the same creators of Witcher. But yeah, from then till now, there really weren't a whole lot of games like Witcher. When I say like it, I don't mean one-to-one. I mean like a game, a single player game that makes you involved in its universe. I know some people actually read the books. Who even reads books anymore that plays games? They specifically read the Witcher books just because they were interested in the lore. I remember when the game first came out, I had a little booklet that came with the physical disc. I used to carry it around and just read it randomly. So yeah, I think Witcher 3 was truly an amazing experience. It was truly something special. It truly was. And it showed, because it keeps on making money to this day for the company, and they shaped their whole company based on Witcher 3, because they saw long-term games make a lot of money. You don't need to release a new game every year to make money as a game company, because players will keep on playing your game on different consoles. I came from PlayStation, and 10 years ago, Crimson Desert is a game that's coming out, which is coming out fairly soon actually. It does have potential to really hone in on an audience, and I'm not just talking about pure numbers, I'm talking about something that really draws you in. We'll have to see how they manage its whole universe and how they tell their stories. But from what I saw, they have a lot of attention to detail, which that is a key part in making a very good game. They have a lot of attention to detail, and the general story seems very good, so I would keep my eye on that game if you're waiting for a game that captures you like Witcher did. So that's where we're gonna wrap up this video. Thank you for watching till this part of the video. Tell me which games you're excited about. Peace out and sub up, guys.